And we are live. What's going on, friends? Great to see you on here. It's good to see the energy is nice and high up in the stream. It's always fun. Let's throw a few comments up. See, we got people chiming in from all over the place. Always good to people bring a good, zesty attitude to the call. Always love seeing that. Mosquitoes are buzzing my head. Don't love seeing that. All right. Greetings. Atlanta in the house. Houston's in the house. I like it. Slick Rick, fun name. I dig it. I used to remember listening to that guy. We got people in from Norway. Love it. Good to see that good international audience coming on. What's up, dog? There you go. Got that good feeling. It's a good thing. Justin's pumped up. Let's go Lemonheads. Yeah, I love it. Free, yeah, live free or die. So I always love that slogan. I just wish that they still had that kind of energy about them. It seems to have gone, unfortunately. But yeah, all good. Sweet and zesty lemons. I like it. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, Healy is not joining us today, but that's all right. Hey, we'll get it done. We will get a productive call no matter who joins, no matter what's going on. It seems like there's always lots to talk about, lots of exciting things happening. So we'll get that stuff running. Good. Australia, Brisbane, love it. Good to see you on there, Stan. Mike Casey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Got some more Orlando. Oh, good. Southern Florida. There's a guy who's thinking. I like it. Squeeze them lemons. Yes, always fun to do, right? We got ATL in here. Oh, the Healy is joining us. All right. Healy's listening in today. All right. It's all right. You couldn't make it live, but it's all right. Good to see him in. More Norway. I like it. We got a good Norway representation. This is fun. Whiplash Martini Hour. I like it. Who's poor? Hey, whatever happened to anyone coming in here with a good recipe for some good lemon martini? Someone said we were going to get one in here. That would be fun. Nick from Nigeria. How you doing, Nick? Good to see you, man. It's good. Lemonomics. I like that. That's fun. What's going on, Brad? Brad's in a good place. I like it. LFG, I'm right with you, man. Cheers from Nicaragua. Lee, how you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. Good evening. It's going. ATL, it's good. North Carolina. Well, we got it come from all over the place. It's a great international audience today. Some LFGs. It's good. Lemon Vita Loca. I like it, Bill. I like it. New Jersey with Slick Rick. It's good. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. I'm still just waiting back from the Jay. I think I don't have any reasons to believe he isn't joining, but we will jump into it here in a moment, either way, with or without him, and have some productive discussions about what's going on in the ecosystem while we're waiting, either way, right? So listening from New Jersey, it's good. It's good. I love hearing people who are listening from work. To me, that smells like the sound of people who are doing what I call firing your boss hole or excited to do so. Stomping lemonades for lemon. It's good. North Carolina, Diane's in the house. What's going on? Millville, New Jersey. Prakash from India. I like it. Serena, Hotlanta. I like it. All right, LA. Here we go. We got lots of people coming in. Yeah, as for that call, well, I don't know when that is, but we know some people are eager trying to organize it, and it'll happen when it happens, friends. That's just the way the ball bounces sometimes, right? So that's it. Melbourne, Florida. Okay, that's not too far. Southern Florida. I like it. Working from home has its benefits. Yeah, so does retirement, right? Just not having a boss in general has a lot of benefits. Who doesn't love that idea? Anyway, let's get into it here, friends. We got Alabama. All right, it's good. Yeah, I agree with Nick. It's always good to hit and like those channels. YouTube very much favors the algorithms for channels that have a lot of likes and a lot of comments on it. And that's kind of what we want, because we just want to get more eyeballs on these projects. I know there's good things coming, but we should always be doing whatever we can control. And I think that's important, right, to do. So I think that's always fun at work. I love it. I love when people are at work. All right, guys. In the meantime, let's have a productive chat. I'm going to be here to take on the questions. We'll do it kind of FAQ style, but I just want to dialogue with you a little bit about just my personal strategy. This is not a official advice. It's not quote unquote financial advice. Just here to share some ideas with you. I'm not a financial advisor, of course, and everyone's got to do what feels best for their families here and everywhere else in any other ecosystem. And so while we're waiting, still believe the boys are jumping on, but I still want to talk about some of these important things. So for me personally, for my personal stance, I am holding on to my debt tokens. I'm not liquidating those. And I mean that by all my L2 projects, right? So I'm holding on to those. It's the NFTs I'm personally more looking to swap, but we got Jay on with us, so we will just jump straight. Yes, can you hear me all right, man?
Hey guys, how you guys doing?
Doing good, man. We were just having a quick little chat waiting for you, and we're happy that you're here joining us.
All right, I wanted to jump on tonight and really kind of continue beating the drum of positivity and running. We keep having a bunch of conversations about other projects. I do understand that there is probably not a ability to talk about those anywhere else for some people. Having said that, I'm really going to beg. We're out here busting our butts to get everything going. We have eyes on us. We just need to make sure that things are keeping clean in the chat so people are getting the answers that they need. The questions are being asked to the point that we can really lay out everything clearly to them, and we make sure we keep everything civil and polite. I don't care if someone's wronged you. We're lemon here. We don't do any back talking, back and forth. We just turn the cheek and put a smile on our face because actions speak louder than words. Nothing else is going to matter.
I love it. I second that sentiment. It's great to keep the groups clean. And on that note of keeping the groups clean, maybe we should do another quick recap of kind of what the next Thursday is kind of looking at. So those who are still confused, we just kind of try and beat that drum a couple more times so people can get in their heads what's going on, and maybe we minimize the chatter in those groups too.
Yeah, I absolutely love that idea. Okay, so obviously we have this Thursday, which will be we'll call it the Light Paper Thursday. This is going to be one that you're going to get the tokenomics for all of the L2 projects and get to kind of see some fun things. That is going to be Thursday the 27th, tomorrow, my time. The following Thursday is going to be July 4th. July 4th is going to be the very first time that you'll be able to swap any debt NFTs for a LEM NFT. It will be a free mint. I've had a lot of conversations. Why would anybody do this? You don't have to. You can just wait it out for one more week and get to the point where you can come in on July 11th and pay $25. If you look at the amount of debt token you'll acquire from that NFT over the next few years versus how many you're going to acquire in the LEM, that is going to be a personal decision. A lot of what we have done is due to the birthday giveaways. So I've had a lot of people have conversations about the OG projects and when that's going to come live and that. We are going to right now try and get at least one L2 project up by the 11th, the same time frame to run. But I will tell you that is going to be somewhat difficult because we won't have a LEM token to run with it unless people sell it very quickly. So if we don't have a big group of individuals that do debt NFTs, we will not be pushing out L2 projects, obviously on the 11th, because we won't have any LEM token for anybody to go to grab or trade in order to get an L2 project done, which means the L2 projects will be the following Thursday, the 18th, and we will be supplying the LEM token internally based off of the marketing side of the other 50, which is going to be in the light paper. You'll see that tomorrow on how that'll basically come to fruition to make sure we basically can supply that liquidity so that there is LEM token to physically trade into and is it LEM token to physically go. That will also give everybody a good idea of what the the swap mechanism to get to LEM will look like and how quick it's going to have to get up on a DEX. This is going to be rapid whiplash time, guys. We have the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th. So if you kind of keep those Thursdays in mind, that is going to be light papers, LEM NFTs, L2 NFTs, and we are off to the races, and it's going to continue every single Thursday, I think, for the whole month of July and probably the whole month of August. Now, you are going to see some names popping up in the chat. We've had a couple exchanges pop in today. We have to keep these chats clean. We have listing letters now and commitments for 2 exchanges. These are top 20 exchanges. They are ready to go. We are working on some of the back end stuff to see when we believe we're going to have enough liquidity for them to kind of run. I would love them day one. That's not possible. We're going to probably have to kick them about 2 weeks after the DEX is listed. I think we're going to have a pretty rapid schedule to a couple exchanges a month and maybe more popping through here. We are working on a couple other very large announcements, obviously with the tech, on trying to get a tentative for the app through the App Store. We have third parties has to approve that, so that's not something we have in our control. Once we get a tentative approval or an approval with just a few fixes, Terry can tell you from a programmer's perspective, we put an app in, it's either going to get approved and then we can basically give you a date, or it's going to get rejected, kicked back, and then we have to fix some things and they give us a list and then it goes back out. I've never got an app through on the first time. They always kind of change things and everybody looks at code a little differently. So understand we are heading down that route. I believe the first app submission will happen this Friday. We're hoping to have a submission return back to us beginning of the week. It typically is a day or 2 business days. And so if we can get that kicked, I'm very, very hopeful that sometime in the next 10 days, we will have a live wallet app that will allow us to obviously help these processes of getting these things swapped, getting these things purchased, getting people into the LEM token, getting the DEX hooked up, getting the underlying L2 project situated. It'll make everybody's life a lot easier. It is coming. We basically have done this whole ecosystem now in a couple months, honestly. This is rapid speed. So give us a little bit of time. This is not something you guys have been here for 2 years. This is something that is literally 60 to 90 days in the process. And we're basically doing everything we did in 2.5 years in a very, very short time horizon. So I hope everybody can understand that and get through that. And that is the recap for the last probably 2 weeks in Zooms for timelines, everything else. So Terry, hit me now with everything else.
Yeah, there are several ways to get that app out and bypass the Google and Apple Play Store. So I'll send you some stuff and we can just powwow about that. Maybe it makes sense, Perfect. Maybe it doesn't, but that's a good idea. So the next thing too, people have questions about when they'll be able to swap L2s for L2s. Is that going to be app dependent?
No, it won't be. You can still use the Wallet Connect for that. So you can still keep it in your SafePal. You can still keep it in a Trust, a MetaMask. Everything we're doing is not relying on the app. It's just going to make it easier to have it all a push button. Everybody kind of going from Web 2 to Web 3. Obviously, we're trying to keep everything at a Web 2 level to make it simple, easy, push of a click of a button. We're trying not to get anybody too technical that have to actually go to a contract and do that. The DApp will assist in all of that through third-party wallets.
Gotcha. Jay, there's a one other question that's, I don't know, slightly controversial. I'll drop it on the screen, but some things to this effect keep coming up. So I think it's just easier to take it on and it'll keep the groups cleaner.
Sure. Sorry, go ahead and answer it.
Oh, sorry. Can we clarify why Debtbox claims there's nothing official between them and Lemon at this time? Thank you. Love these calls.
They actually led into it very clearly. They physically announced it without announcing it. Read it very clearly. It's not official until a Zoom call happens. So you can read it a couple different ways. We are trying to get on a Zoom. We're trying to get something situated. It was supposed to happen tonight. We're now hoping to get something situated in the next day or maybe 2. It is coming. And let me assure you that you can read that however you'd like, but it pretty much says everything you need to know in it. We have been very, very vocal that the other side has been beating us up pretty good. That does not mean we want retaliation from this side. So please, 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 we are a lemon family. Keep the zest down to a sweet zest and not a sour one. If you have a problem with a moderator on that side, it's not time to call them out. Guys, we are almost to the finish line. Just let's make this a simple transition. Let's keep everybody positive. There's no need for anything sour in our lemon group. Let's just keep it sugar.
Right. So the first thing coming up right now is the ability to swap the NFTs, not the debt token for the lemon token, because there isn't lemon token on an open marketplace. I know people are asking that. Did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, don't go buy any token until you have the contract ID. The contract ID will not actually be in the white paper right now. We need to keep that out because there's something called front-running bots. If anybody has been with us for the last few years, or if you know anything about crypto, we do not want to have third parties or maybe even some community members take advantage and front run the system and make the token spike so everybody else basically has to pay a higher price. So we are going to be announcing that as latest as possible before we go list, and I'm hoping to have the wallet out so I never have to announce it. You can just do it through the wallet, and then it'll come out after individuals have actually had a time to participate in the lowest price possible.
Gotcha. So the lemon token itself, just for those who are asking, just to clarify as many things as we can on the front end for housekeeping, lemon token will come out within a matter of days, probably a very short time frame after the first lemon NFTs have gone live. There is no way to buy it any other way because it's not live. It'll be minted into existence. Did you want to add any other commentary to
that? You are correct.
Right. Bert, someone also, if you want to make a couple of quick comments on the housekeeping front, because this question came up a ton, is do you want to just go over really quickly the pros and cons of why someone might consider selling their debt NFT or swapping their debt NFT for a lemon NFT in the very first week?
Yeah. So look, I see a lot of value in the debt NFTs, guys. I am the largest holder in debt NFTs. I am not going to swap any of mine over. As of right now, I've kind of given everybody a commitment that my portfolio is just going to kind of stay where it's at. The amount of NFTs I believe in the debt is going to be very, very small. I kind of got caught in a box, and I'll just be honest what it is. If I didn't offer it, I'd be crucified. If I offered it, I'd be crucified because what's the value? And so I said, you know what? It's a free market. Everybody can do it. You can do it if you want. You can run the math and say, well, I paid $3,000 for it. I can pay $8,000 for it. I paid $15,000 for it, whatever it may have been. I can also make the argument that has been the most profitable NFT in the marketplace. And if you paid $3,000 for it in the first run, that thing has probably made you closer to 20 grand already. The amount of debt token probably and the life expectancy of that NFT between now and the end of time is probably close to 100 debt token left, or right around there, with what's coming with the halvings and so on. And so you just need to kind of make a personal decision whether it's time to restart something else and let it go or not. If you have a large run to the door with dead NFTs and you were one that did not swap, the good news is you're going to actually have more debt token coming to you personally because you were one that didn't do it. So it is a little bit of a guessing game. The pros and cons are you're probably never going to be right no matter what answer you give or do. But if there is not a large amount of people coming over, you also probably are going to be one of the only ones above the founders nodes that will be getting distributions for that first week. So it could be a very big thing. So if you see a large rush to the door, probably staying is a better idea. If you don't see a large rush to the door, you may want to be first over. Welcome to a free market, and it is what it is.
Let's spend a couple minutes. I think it'll put a lot of minds at ease once again and calm a lot of the chatter in the group so people can be more zesty. Can you spend a few minutes discussing what is the difference between those founders nodes that come out in the first year versus the ones that come out after that first 10-day period, and that there are reasons behind it, and maybe just touch on some of those reasons for how that token's being allocated and why?
Yeah, we basically wanted every single NFT to be free. The founders are paid for. So it's one of those things where we wanted to make sure that we had two classes of NFTs. So a founder NFT will never be a retail NFT, and a retail NFT will never be a founder's NFT. So you are getting the first year of availability for nodes. It's in NFTs. It's not something that you got cut out on. It's just there is no such thing as a free founders. The light paper goes through that. So if you're looking for a free license, then you're getting the very first ones possible for that. If you are interested in purchasing a license, then you can kind of give me a ring. They are hefty. If you would like to have those conversations, feel free to give me a ring. You cannot be inside the United States if that's the case. You've got about 3 different jurisdictions you're okay doing it in. Otherwise, you're out of the qualified and run anyway due to your jurisdiction.
Gotcha. Fair enough. I like it. And so those tokens still are largely anyway being used for things like treasury functions, marketing functions, liquidity on dexes, all things that are necessary for the ecosystem to move forward. Otherwise, we're going to have a long stall out, and people would be complaining about how long it takes. How far off am I on
that? So you're partly true, partly false. So let me just be honest with you. Nothing is happening to those tokens for the first 12 months. Okay. Nothing. They are locked. They're held down. They won't go anywhere. The only caveat to that is if leverage becomes available, then we will announce it to the community of what's going on. We then will give the community a vote. Obviously, the founders' notes have a voting power, but so does everybody else. And there's only 50,000 of them. So if we hypothetically get to, call it 105,000 NFTs out there, and hypothetically, the founders would like to unlock that before the year's up, and every other NFT says no. Guess what? We can't do it. It has to stay there. So, the ability to do things in crypto, guys, it is really the community's decision. So we're committing in the light paper. It's a 1-year lockup. It cannot change unless vote changes it, and that has to be majority.
Great. I like it. So locked up for the leverage of the ecosystem too, friends. You can hear that. So it's not going to get dumped on the marketplace. So that's the important thing I think that everyone needed kind of to hear. And we're still the very first retail participants. We are still getting in for the general public and before big publicity comes out. Speaking of big publicity, I know you were expecting some guests coming in last night. So do you have any bombs you want to drop on that front?
We have finalized the deal with One Digital. That is now completed. It is done. And we've got a lot of other things that we have some collaborations with them on. And I think everybody's be very, very excited and happy. The other one is actually still an hour and a half away. Even though it is 11:30 at night, I'm trying to grab dinner and my night doesn't end. So having said that, nope, I'm not ready to drop the other name yet because the meeting hasn't happened yet. But another hour and a half, I'll have it, and then hopefully happy Thursday with light papers. I'll have something else for you.
Oh, we can jump on in a few hours after you're done if you want. That's all right. We can make it work. Yeah, very cool. So One Digital is the organization, for those who are not clear, that is currently getting 3 billion impressions a month, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's unbelievable. Anything else you want to mention about One Digital at this point? Do they want to say hi?
Yes. Maybe. I don't know.
Is he squawking a new lemon Ferrari outside in the parking lot right now? Is that what's going on?
No, I mean, actually, I have something else. We're going to wait to give you guys another lemon drop tomorrow. I know I'll be back on with you. It's a big one. And so tune back in tomorrow with light papers. I'm sure we're going to have a bunch of questions on that. So let's go ahead and do light papers, and I'll get beat up a little bit, I'm sure, and then we'll have some fun little lemon drops at the end of it. I want to make sure everybody understands the light papers. I want to make sure everybody understands the flow, how the tokenomics work, why the tokenomics are that way, and so I think it's going to be a pretty fun call tomorrow. And then at the end of it, I also think that it's going to be something that we'll have a couple caveats, hopefully, for my meeting tonight, and a couple of things that we got worked out today. For that call, Terry, we're going to push it because I want to make sure people have a chance to get through the light papers. So I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning here. So if you're available tomorrow at 7 your time at night, then we're going to do it my morning, your evening. so that people have more than 15, 20, 30 minutes to look at a light paper, because I do want questions. I do want you to be able to go through them and get things cleared up. I don't want to do a Q&A on light papers and you got them 30 minutes beforehand.
Yep, got it. Okay, we can do that. So tomorrow for 7 Eastern is what you're saying.
Yes, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard. Sorry, that's 8.
That's fine.
7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time.
Okay, all right, got you. You're still checked in with Mountain. I'm fine with that. We'll sort it out. All right, we can do that. Light papers are going to be good, and the great news about light papers, once they get to tokenomics once, we've got dozens of projects coming in with the exact same stuff. So it just has to do then with what are some of the underlying business models that accompany those tokenomics. And speaking of which, are there any other maybe some of these upcoming ones that are kind of Lemon branded with the same tokenomics that are coming soon? Did you want to drop any hints or speak about any of those?
One of the meetings I'm having tonight correlates with the Lem One store and Lem Fashion. I will actually drop both of those. They both are coming, and both of them have something very specific to do with the meetings I'm having tonight. I actually dropped the app or one of the apps in the ecosystem, which is CatFizz.
Yeah.
That is CatFizz by Lemon. This is $100 million application and technology. It actually was the first part of technology that went into another app most people know, which is called WhatsApp. It's just more known in the Asian regions, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Asia. This app is amazing in its V2 stage. I have seen the V3 stage, and trust me, this is going to be groundbreaking. It was purchased for $100 million, and they put about another $15 million in it. And it's going live with I'm gonna say it's over 5 million users, and I already dropped it. It's over 15 million users. I think I actually put it in the chat, so I'll just say it. These users are already circling. They're already looking at us from a 500-foot window. They will be invited into the family about the 3rd week of July. So I'm holding everybody off. Like I said, I'm going to try to get everybody to a launch pad first, and then we're going to allow everybody from the world around us in.
And for the sake of clarity on the CatFizz one, just to help people out, this is the base platform that's evolving going into V3. That's going to include a lot of social media functionality and a lot of that. What's not Twitter? A lot of the TikTok style, like one-click link buttons that you were describing. Yes. And did you also want to talk about who produced the technology, or are we not ready for that?
No.
Not ready. All right. All right.
Because it'll lead to an answer I'm not ready for yet.
I got you. But so just for concisement's state, this is a brand that's already been created. They want to keep the same branding. They tested it out in the market. Yes. They've already got lots of users, lots of adoption. It's evolving from V2 to V3. And with that, we get LemPay, which is the functional layer for all those social media influencers to push lots of goods and services. And we bring in lots of revenue with LemPay. Am I connecting dots correctly?
You are. And in fact, I got asked a question earlier. How do you have 1.5 million wallets with crypto ready to purchase Lem? It's coming from the CatFizz ecosystem. So they've already teed up. They are well aware about the rebranding into Lemon. It's only about 10% of them have clicked the box, proofed up their wallets at this point to come over. It is growing. So you have 15 million possibilities. But understand, guys, this is the excitement of kind of running. This is the excitement of getting things out. I will tell you, this will be the largest blockchain crypto launch, and how fast it's coming together and how big it's going to hit the marketplace. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm very excited to have my name on it, and my partners are very excited to have their names on it. And I will tell you, this is not a one-man show over here. This is a large team, and you do have a couple very, very influential people on the chats right now that yell at me quite often. By the way, you gotta stop this out. They're already in. They're already here. They're already watching. So Some of them have kind of poked their toe out to kind of say hi, played a little fun thing about the memes. A few people have reached out to me already and said, "Oh my gosh, who is this?" They're here, guys. They're already in. They're looking, and their groups are coming forward very shortly.
Very cool. Well, I'm always, I don't want to, I still want the group to be a good space, a free space for communication, but we can always step up the quieting the noise level whenever you want to give me that green light. We can, all of us admins can jointly just kind of start cutting down.
I do not want to mute anybody. I do not want to kick anybody. I will not allow that type of moderation in the group. It needs to be a free vocal place for constructive criticism, for any issues you're having with Lemon or all things Lemon. Please reach out. It's just not a vent. If you don't have another place to vent, don't use Lemon to vent.
Exactly. For reasonable, intelligent questions, all good, right? That's the platform for
just with respect. Honestly, guys, I don't believe Web3 should ever be a kicking environment. I just want to make sure that people are keeping things respectful to community members and non-community members. We want everyone to be part of the family, no matter what side they're on, no matter what crypto project they're in. No matter if they're from XRP or Bitcoin or Ethereum, I don't care. I want everybody to feel welcome in our community, and I think that's what I'm trying to put forward.
Yeah, no, I complete agreement on that. It does get noisy sometimes. That's all I was saying. You talked about One Digital earlier. We haven't really gotten a chance to elaborate a lot on what kind of role they want to play, what vision they see of how they plan to kind of leverage that influence that they currently have. Did you want to touch on that?
A very, very big one. They are bringing in, well, for instance, they will be the ones behind the large launch event in October. So the artists in that will be at the event, putting the event on, going through it, there'll definitely be that side of it. Above and beyond that, strategic advertising is obviously something that will be happening regularly. You obviously understand about Lemflix, obviously having a media company, and and that's by our side to kind of run through ads and that type of stuff are totally fine. Crypto is not something we're going to ask any of the influencers to push, but we have hard products. We have a lot of them. So you're going to see a lot of collaborations with the hard products themselves, the bank, the debit cards, Lemflix, Lempay. Those types of things are how we're going to leverage the marketing to go out live and big. We don't need to be in a limited audience of just crypto and Web3. That's still probably less worldwide than 9% of the population. I would rather go out there and get the rest of them to get comfortable with the space. Let's go ahead and push something that they understand and get their eyeballs. And that's how we'll leverage that and do something different than most companies have ever done.
You talked about the launch event that's been mentioned in the past, but we haven't really got into that much. Is that something you're comfortable discussing at this time, or is it still going to be pretty secretive until we lead into closer to it?
It's going to be pretty secretive. We are going to leak out a rough month. It will be right now in the month of October. I've said it's going to be someplace that I'm close to right now. I will leave it that vague. But understand this is going to be something that I think when we start the advertisement on it, I believe the 3-month work up to it is going to put somewhere a little under a billion eyes on it. We're talking tickets in the upwards of probably 20 to 30,000 tickets will be available to the event. It will be 100% all things Lemon. So understand it's going to be a large affair. It's going to be something that's fun, something that's light, and everybody will want to be out for it. But it is going to be something that the average public can come in as well. Obviously, learn a little bit about the sponsors, but more importantly, just stop all the seriousness and just have fun.
And I take it then on that note, you don't want to discuss other partners that are involved with that event for this time.
I'm very hopeful to announce a layer 1 being launched at that event.
I like that. I like that. Well, I've also heard a few whispers about who else is going to be involved with it. And I think some people are going to be very excited when they do hear it. So I guess we will we'll wait until we get to that event. But trying to think. So tomorrow morning, you're looking to get those papers out early, and we will get that going. And then maybe a couple of bombs tomorrow we can get dropped with.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get everybody to right now. It'll be the 1 week countdown to swap. So I obviously want to make sure that people have time to kind of get through everything and get things running. It will be the first time that obviously we have anything on the platform. And so obviously, we feel very good about it. But with tech, we need you guys to prove it out. So we're going to press go and we'll see how it works.
Love it. Love it. Well, excited to see all the new tech, excited about the new announcements. I trust that tonight's negotiations are probably almost done and should go smooth. So we're excited to hear about that. Hopefully you can chat about it a bit more. And with that, do you have any other closing comments that you want to leave everyone with, or anything else that you really wanted to touch on that we haven't tackled?
No, guys, I'm very excited right now. I'm very positive. I know I come down on some of you guys about just keeping the chat clean, but all in all, you guys have been amazing. And I know that everybody's kind of been through the trenches. I know everybody's digging out. I know that there are a lot of people that are in the same boat. And the two parallel paths, it doesn't matter what side you're on. We're all working our butts off to try and make it the best experience for everybody that's involved. So I just want to, leave with that saying, hey guys, we are united. I don't care what anybody says. We're united. We are a family, and let everything else just kind of go off your shoulders. It really doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. We're together.
Jason, there's some questions that just came up again about micros, specifically the debt micros. Is there anything to discuss at this point in time?
No, we don't have micros in the Lemon side because the full NFTs are free. It's not part of the business model over here. We've tried a couple ideas. We've tried to kick it around. We've kind of thought, well, maybe go ahead and let the micros come in the same time as the NFTs, but then you start to pay the minting fee. I don't have a good solution for them. And so they're just kind of an oddball that's kind of out and running. And so, unfortunately, I don't have a good answer, and the tech is not set up right now to deal with them because we didn't build it in knowing we're just dealing with NFTs. And so anything I say I want to do, my dev team cringes and says, Jason, we have about 9 million other things we're doing right now, including, dozens and dozens of L2 projects coming out. So V boxes are a problem. I don't have a solution because of how they are staked and that in the current position. I don't have a solution for micros. Having said that, I think we've taken care of about everything else, debt token holders including. So if you have a micro, you're getting taken care of because you obviously have debt token. So it doesn't have to be 100% solve rate, guys. I think we're hitting the bar at about 98. And if you have a micro, I have good faith in debt. I'm a large holder in debt. Keep it, enjoy it, and keep it running.
Right. The micros served a time and a place for people to get their foot in the door, but just the way the ecosystem is done at Lemon, it doesn't make any sense. So, hey, it's great. It's great. We've got a lot of exciting things happening, and in a lot of ways, we're hitting way above 98. I think it's sounding like the way things are coming together, we might be far ahead of all the things that we were all discussing, excited about, dreaming about, pumped about last year. We may be ahead of where that is, and in a short time frame. So just to keep everyone focused on that, you're getting lost in the little details. They're going to become insignificant quick, and the questions that you still have, you don't need to know the answers to them yet. They're all coming, especially in things like light papers, which are right around the corner. You might see them sooner than you think. So with that, any closing thoughts or comments, Jason?
Nope. Thank you, everybody. And to all you, good night.
Have a great night, guys. We'll catch you all in tomorrow's call.